Amos Kimunya, who during his tenure at the helm of the Finance Ministry is accused by the chairman of Public Accounts Committee for micromanaging the central bank with an aim of interfering with its independent decisions, was at pains to convince the committee that he only acted to save the jobs of over 260 people employed by the British currency and security printing firm.
So all I want you to educate me and the public is that whereas the policy of the government had been that the features of the currency be the way they had been, that policy had changed. It was now that it should have new and different features.
Now,
is that a policy decision or is it a decision of the bank?
That was a policy of the bank. Central bank has the mandate to print currency within the law and to design and everything else. But obviously, as part of the normal consultation, you would not expect a responsible central bank to go out there, as they did one time. You may recall there was a 40 shilling note coin that was done, right? At the beginning of 2003.
I know it.
You remember it?
Yes.
And with a portrait of President Kibaki.
Yes.
And when he was shown, he went ballistics.
Dr. Nu Abdi wondered how it satisfies the economies of scale to save the jobs of a few Kenyans by sinking the economy of the entire country by close to 3 billion shillings.
Because I remember, if my memory serves me right, I am not really sure whether this statement was given twice, but I remember there were questions as to even the figures you were talking about, whether it was cost effective or not.
The former Minister for Finance, who held the docket between February 2007 and July 2008, defended his actions of advising the cabinet to discontinue a contract of currency printing between the Central Bank of Kenya and Dilaru Company, even after half of the $25 million had been paid as down payment by the CBK.
So that is the problem I had with the contract, that how can you do such a thing, yeah? That you're even giving the rights to the designer, because they say part of the design is like each of the companies were to design the currency, come up with the features, and also print. Then after 3 years, you then go back to the same companies and tell them, can you now, we want to float another tender, we want new designs. And I say, you cannot do something like that. That is totally irresponsible. You cannot be changing the currency of the country every 3 years.
The probe continues, with the committee promising to publish its report soon and that it will shed light on the dealings of the former finance minister that surrounds the cancelling of a cheaper contract and directing CBK to produce new notes through exploitative short-term deals that costed the country 2.7 billion, which is 3 times more than the usual price. Solomon Weri, GBS News.